had a list of, what all, the different levels there and how it can be impacted. And so people need to make sure that census is done.
Yes, absolutely. And I know I did the answer on that. It seems like it's been a couple of months now.
Mm-hmm, me too.
They sent the card out, and you went online. I think it took, less than 5 minutes to answer it.
It's easy.
And do that. And but it is essential, and so just really want anyone who's listening to urge them, if they haven't already responded to the census. And in addition to that, in the time of the COVID-19 pandemic, the idea that I know people need jobs, but that people are going to have to come knocking on doors to get that data if people don't submit it either online or through paper forms. To me, that's a much more responsible way of taking care of things and maintaining some social distancing issues there, too.
Right.
So I just, really would hope folks would take that to heart.
Yeah. Well, I know Yvonne does a great job, but it's challenging in these days, I know for sure.
Yep, and she's good. She is very, very good. Don't let her know I said that.
No, okay. Well, hopefully she's not listening.
Okay. She doesn't like to listen to me.
Okay, I understand.
One of the other items we have on the agenda is consideration of replacing the HVAC at the rental property. The town has a rental house, and their air conditioning unit has failed, and it's got the old style refrigerant in it. And so you can't replace either the air handler or the heat pump. You've got to replace both units. I think I've shared that information with council. They know that it's coming. And I know I had at least one council member got in touch with me and said, those poor people, at least it's been cooler lately. But we need to get on that and take care of it. And hopefully the town's, with that house, has taken a good job, I know, of good care of it. And like after I had gotten here, we lost one of the tenants, moved, and the windows, the home was built in the 1950s, and it had the original case windows in it, and the glazing had deteriorated to the point where you couldn't even really clean the windows. It was bad shape. And I checked on reglazing the windows, and I also checked on replacement windows. And we were able to get energy-efficient replacement windows for just a few $100s more than what reglazing would have cost. And town was interested in doing that. That house has hardwood floors. They were in good shape. They were just worn, and they were sanded and stained and polyurethaned, which should give them many added years of life. But they've taken good care of that house. And I don't want to be a slumlord. I want to be a good representative for the leasee on this.
Oh, sure. Yeah. People call you so many names now anyway. We don't
That's
want
true,
slumlord attention. Now, how did the town, I know we've talked about that property before, but how did the town end up with that house? What's the deal?
Well, the original 18 acres that the and sometimes the lexicon just simply goes here. Town Hall, where the town hall is located.
The property now, yeah.
And where the park is being constructed. The park is taking, I think it's about 7.4 acres of that. It was about a total of 18 acres that the town purchased initially and then built the town hall. And, of course, now we're doing the park on that, and there's still some other areas that haven't been developed yet. But it did not include that residence next door. And the plat that residence was owned, I think when the property owner died and they were looking to sell it, the town purchased it.
Okay.
And what's actually happened with the construction of the park is we actually reconfigured the lot that the home is on, so that, because that went back even to the woods that had been there before, and that's allowing us to do by including that with part of the park per se. It's all town property, but anyway, to do it with the park, it's allowing us to use the town's parking lot for the point of entrance and egress of vehicular traffic into and out of the park. The actual address for Town Hall is 124 Peachtree Road. And the physical address for the park is now 126 Peachtree Road. You can see it from NC 65 and 87. And you said you'd driven by. There is a temporary driveway access that's out there, but that's for construction purposes only. Mm-hmm. When the construction is completed, there was a temporary driveway permit that was applied for and received from NCDOT. And once the project is completed, one of the last things that they're supposed to do is to revoke that or reclaim that so that it's no longer accessed by vehicles, and that'll be coming. So, and then, but it's the town has the house that's there, and they elected to rent it. I think initially when I came to work for the town, the original director for the Museum and Archives of Rockingham County, Kim Proctor, and her husband were residing there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and we have. We've done, I think, a good job. Yvonne and I have taken over as the two staff members for the town, kind of the management of the rental properties that we have, including the post office. Mm-hmm. And we did have an outside or contractor that was doing that. We ran into some issues with that. So we have been doing that now for several years. And it works well. There are issues that come up if you're a property owner, and the town being a property owner, and as an employee of the town, we have to take care of that. So,
yeah, but it's good to have it all there, kind of in-house.
Yes, very much so. And we, with the screening process that we have for potential tenants, when we have done that, we've established that process, and that's gone through very well, and we've been fortunate in having some very good renters there, too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. I think you could probably consider a rent increase adjacent to that nice park property. That's a real benefit.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
The other side, you talk about issues with dealing with it. Now, when they were grading for the entrance area there, and this had been a wooded area, they disturbed the existing drain, or an extension of the drain field line from the septic tank system mm-hmm. for the rental house. So another thing that we are working toward is, and plan is to connect the rental house to the Rockingham County sanitary sewer system. Right. And that was an unexpected expense, but I think that that's the most logical fix for that. And town council agreed. Of course, we're going to have to get the sewer line crossing for the park in place because it'll go down and connect with that.
Yeah,
so it's an interesting jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah. Okay.
The other things that we have on the agenda, there's a budget amendment for fiscal year. This will be 1920. This is the fourth budget amendment that we've had with that, and then there's the audit contract. The municipal and county governments are required to be audited annually. And one of the things for North Carolina in general, not only like most state and local governments in North Carolina, you have to have a balanced budget. You have to function that way. As a consequence, North Carolina, and I think it was it after the Great Depression, the state took over the highways and roadways, took over funding the schools, and they put checks and balances into play where county governments and municipal governments' budgets are reviewed at the state level with that. Mm-hmm. And that's something that has kept North Carolina's bond rating high throughout the years on that, and it continues to be through the process we're going now with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're audited, and we have to approve the contract for that. Now, the other element for this, normally we do this budget message the month before this, and it sits where people can publicly look at it, and then we have to have a session where the town council gets together and has a public hearing regarding the budget. And we're a month behind where we normally are. We are required to have the budget in place or do a budget extension by the end of the fiscal year, which would be June 30th. So this is the original presentation of the budget, and it's going to sit for 2 weeks. We are going to reconvene with a meeting on June the 16th, and my suspicion is that probably will be remote as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that meeting will be where they will have the public hearing regarding the budget itself. We are going to put the budget statement online at this town website so that folks can look at it there, and there'll be a copy here or copies here if someone wishes to get it or review it. And then because we're talking about the potential of that being a remote meeting, then we have to wait another, it's either 24 or 48 hours, I'm not sure which, so that additional public comment can come in after the hearing. And then we'll have to have another meeting 1 to 2 days after the 16th to formally approve the budget that's there. So if I know you said you were really interested in staying awake and paying attention. If others want to take a look at that, they can go online and see that after. It'll be posted after the June 2nd meeting, and folks can take a look at that if they want. I write this document, and I feel certain town council members read it, but I'm not sure, and I know that the finance officer clerk reads it. I'm not sure how many other folks take time to read through it, but it does kind of explain how we put together a budget, and our town council works at that directly. So that'll be there.
Okay, good. Yeah. Got to do it.
Yes, sir. So another remote meeting coming up June 2nd, 7 o'clock. Hope folks will join us. Hope you join us. Hope you stay awake and entertained. And
well, thanks for giving us a preview on the program here. Yeah, I've taken notes here, and so when I'm watching, I can be a little better informed.
Very good.
About things, yeah. Okay.
Well, ignorance is bliss, and I've been very happy lately.
Me too. No wonder I'm so happy these days. Gee, now I know. George, always great to talk to you. Thank you, and Yvonne Russell and team there at Wentworth for your good work. Always appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you for taking time to talk with us.
And have a good week. We'll talk again soon. Bye.
All righty.
All righty, that's our Wentworth update for the month, and that's George Murphy, Wentworth Town Administrator. Get more information on the website, townofwentworth.com.